Hey gents, Mario Cavallo here for our older men's health, and I apologize I haven't posted in a while. Um, been super busy, all good, blessed, hope you are too. But also been going through some transition time here the last 3 weeks to a month regarding my health. A couple things that I'm really happy about, a couple things I'm not happy about. So what's been going on? On my arm here, right here, I mentioned it about 3 months ago. I got that area, it's called the rotator cuff. Been painful on the outside of the arm. It developed, and when I turn my arm, rotate my arm to the outside, like rotate my arm outward, out that way, I feel the pain up there. So, again, somehow I suddenly induced an injury. Don't know what. Didn't do anything different. I was religiously doing the weight training. You saw the previous pictures. I was doing great. So this is a big disappointment for me because I can't do upper incline presses, which is what I was doing. Incline presses on the machine, and then rows. Rows are no problem, but the incline presses. Now what I've learned is I can do decline presses down, which are still work your whole upper body and your chest. Not your upper chest as much, but still works your chest. Dips would be what I'm referring to, right? Anything that's a decline machine in the gym, or just good old-fashioned dips, which you can do at home. And that's what I've been doing, but I backed off. The Chinese doctor says, let it heal. And I was saying to myself, okay, give it time, let it heal. And I'm calling my brother, two, three times a week. I talk with my brother. I'm like, man, my arm's not getting any better. Well, guys, it's been 3 months. It's still not any better. It feels exactly frickin' the same as it did. The same pain's there. Sometimes it even becomes nerve pain that goes down through the elbow. Is it partially because of the fact that I'm holding my phone in my left hand all the time? Well, I hold the phone in my right hand, don't hold the phone all day long for a couple of days, and pain's still there. So the lesson here is, in this case, time didn't heal it. I don't know what it is now, and what I necessarily have to do to make it get better. I didn't get a CT scan. CT scan isn't going to show a damn thing. But maybe I should. I got to figure out what to do. So this threw my wonderful weight training routine into the garbage, into the tizzy. And I've struggled knowing that the problem is there. I've kind of been avoiding the muscle working out because I don't want to make it worse. So I have been working out muscle training, the strength training that I've always previously explained to you clearly what I'm doing and why. And I don't like this. I'm very unhappy about it. I've noticed the reduction in my muscle mass in my upper body. I can see my chest and shrunk back down. My muscles, I could see. Because I'm not doing this heavy 2-3 times a week weight training, the muscles are not growing, and I think they even shrunk a little bit, back down a little bit. So I'm really unhappy about it. Overall, my health is still very good. So what have I been doing instead of this? This can't continue, but we'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted. But in the meanwhile, the other main thing I was doing is sprint intervals. And I've been very busy the last month. For example, I'm sending this video to you right now from Qingdao, where I'm here working for a few days. So I've continued the sprint intervals, but again, overall, less frequently, not like I should. Daily, nothing wrong with doing them daily, but I've been doing them, to be honest, I'd say the last month, 6 weeks, once, twice a week. And when I do the sprint intervals, I still feel great. That's the good news. I do the sprint intervals, and when I do them, and again, it's 2 slower warm-up sprint intervals, 500 or more steps, 500 or more strides, slow jogging warm up, which is about, by the way, 3 minutes. And I know that because I do my slow jogging warm up to Use Me by Junior Walker. Awesome funk song, and it's a 3-minute song. And just as the song ends, I'm at 500 steps, 500 strides, slow jogging. And sometimes I'll do 600 or 700 or 800 strides, slow jogging, and then again I stop. And then I do the next interval 3 minutes later. And the second interval, I immediately feel better. Like I told you in the previous videos, I'm like, oh, now my body's more warmed up. I do the second sprint interval. Right away, the pace is faster, a little bit, not too fast. I'm not sprinting yet because I'm not warmed up enough. Second interval, warmed up, nicer pace, mid-pace, and at least another 500 strides. Okay, and at the end of that one, I stop. And then by that point, now I'm ready to sprint, and I feel so good. And I walk it off, again, another 3 minutes. And then, boom, I do the third interval, and I go for, third interval, I go 60, 70%. And I go. And I end up doing about 160 to 180 strides, which is well over 100 yards, probably more, it's 200 yards, I'd say. And then by that time, I'm out of breath. And I stop, and I'm catching my breath like at the end of a race, and I feel so freaking good. That's the good news, etc. Okay? It's so good. So good. But I would say that I can also feel that at only 1 to 2 times a week of the sprint intervals, I'm barely maintaining my fitness level. Okay? I'm not improving it. It feels a little bit harder. I'm not improving it. I should have been up. I'd like to have been up to 250 sprint strides by now, but I'm still at 160 to 180. I'm like, okay, that's enough. I'm done. So what's our answer? What's our conclusion here? Again, following Dr. Rhonda Patrick, we know without a doubt vigorous exercise for cardiovascular health and brain function is 4 to 10 times higher bang for the buck than low zone, lower intensity walking and longer, like 30 minutes of jogging. That's nonsense, okay? That just doesn't work as well. You get 4 to 10x the bang for the buck, benefit to your body, your cardiovascular health, and brain function and everything in your body by doing the vigorous exercise. And in this case, we're discussing sprint intervals as HIIT, vigorous exercise. That's the really good news. Okay, so, I'm 65 years old. I should be pretty satisfied with the fact that 1 or 2, one is not enough. 2 sprint interval vigorous training sets a week is what is going to maintain your health. Well, I don't want to just maintain my health. I'm still loving eating, and I'm not making much of an effort. I'm making an effort to eat healthy, but I'm not making an effort to eat less. So I'm still fighting the belly. I'm still 95. I'm still hovering around 95, 96 kilograms. So I'm not losing the belly. But again, remember what I've told you. If you're only 10 pounds overweight, that's not a problem. You're not that overweight. In fact, you don't want to go in the hospital and be already rail thin with 15% body fat, because then you got nothing to sustain yourself while you're feeling sick. You need a little bit of blubber on you is not bad at all. But again, I'm saying 10 pounds, okay? Because I'm 95 kilograms. You could, if we want to say my ideal weight is, I'm going to call it 90 kilograms. At 90, I'd be amazing. Well, that's like 11 pounds overweight. Okay, not a big problem. Okay, so again, put that, lesson number 2, put that into perspective. 20 pounds, 15, 20, 25 pounds overweight? No. Now you're off. You gotta get it down to 10 pounds overweight. That's where I'm at, guys. Part 2 of this video is the calm side of the story. The other side is our mental, emotional, and spiritual health. In that regard, call it prayer, meditation, affirmations, zone downtime, call it what you want. There's lots of different versions of that. In the spiritual world, Catholics in particular, they talk about repetitive prayer, like, for example, getting in the habit of praying the rosary on a daily basis. The rosary is powerful. It's amazing. And even priests would say to many people who are more spiritual, follow the rosary, do the rosary, which takes 20 minutes each day, by the way, to do it properly. And then that will calm your mind. Well, that's great, but any affirmation, any repetitive meditation, any repetitive wording, I'm getting better and better every day, that famous one, anything along those lines, along with slow breathing and a meditative time of 20 minutes a day, is going to be helpful to you. So I don't necessarily believe it's any different if it's a rosary or not a rosary, whether it's spiritual or not. You're kind of missing the boat on the real meaning of the rosary. In that case, you're just using it and doing it as repetitive to level your mind, to level your anxiety, repetitive affirmation. You love getting together with family and friends and having a beautiful, wonderful meal together. That's a beautiful joy of life. So you could say, you could repeat 100 times over 20 minutes, oh, I love eating a wonderful meal with my beautiful family and friends. Thank you, God. You could repeat that to yourself. I love beautiful meals with my family and friends. It's such a lovely time in life. And it is. Okay, the daily joys of life. Have a wonderful meal together with your family and friends. Eat the delicious homemade food that was made with love in the kitchen by whoever made it. You see what I mean? So you could say, oh, I love cheeseburgers. You could repeat that because it's wonderful. It's happy. It's a time of goodness to share in relationship with people. So the whole affirmation thing, I'm not so big time sold on it. You know what I mean? Okay. The rosary itself is actually meant to be more that you are recognizing the suffering of Immaculate Mary, watching her son be scourged and crucified. You see, there's a big difference. So deep spiritual rosary prayer is with that intention, not just the intention of, repetitive to calm my mind. Okay, you can do any kind of affirmation, repetitive to calm your mind, and if that's what you want to do, go for it. And I highly recommend it, okay, to reduce anxiety. The other kind of 20 minutes you would do is the opposite of that, which, in fact, Jesus also teaches, which is take no thought, which is meditation of emptying the mind. That's a different meditation technique. You have no thoughts at all. Empty your mind. When thoughts come to your mind, let them go, let them out, let them release. They're only thoughts. They're not you, right? Then there's that kind of meditation of emptying your mind. Choose your poison. Choose which one you think and like might work best for you. In the end, we're all just trying to be more 4 areas of who we are as human beings. We're emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual. Okay? You want to get all those in balance as men. We need to be strong. We need to be men in this world, and that's what you got to do to be a good, strong, healthy, older man. That's it. Catch you later.